This is Brandon, I'm Sarah, and of course, our beloved Aiko. Frustrated by the ever-increasing cost of living, we sold everything, went out on a limb, and left our traditional life on land behind. We built a new kind of dream together, and have been living full-time in our homemade slice of paradise ever since. We are always learning new ways to navigate this unique life off the grid and on the water, so grab a drink and join us for the ever-evolving adventure that is keeping afloat. Summer is well on its way, and with it, ample opportunity for both work and play. Back when we lived on land, spring and fall were my favorite times of the year, and as much as I still love the shoulder seasons, it probably goes without saying that when you live on the water, nothing compares to sweet summertime. We're getting into our favorite time of year, and I'm so excited to share it with y'all today. Oh yeah, we are so back, baby. I'm so pumped. It's burning up to, actually it's like 75. That's not even that hot, but coming out of winter, you know, like, I'm sweating. It feels amazing. I'm feeling so good. So I was like, I'm gonna go for a swim. It's not my first swim of the year. I have swam a few other times that I didn't take videos because I didn't feel like it. At that point, those were like, I would still say polar plunges. It was really cold, but I think the water temp is in the 70s now, which is not warm, but it's not a polar plunge anymore. Definitely not. So yeah, let's do it. Feels amazing. Oh my gosh, that is crisp. There you have it, guys. We are in for a long and beautiful summer. I cannot wait to share all the fun with y'all. About time to start breaking out the mastercraft and doing some water sports, isn't it? Yes. And speaking of breaking things out, we had an old friend whose winter tenure in the storage shed at the Roundhouse had come to a close. You see, there are some interesting rules over the floating cabins on our lake, and one of them is that you can't add on to your house in terms of square footage. There are a few exceptions, but none of them apply to our house, so the bottom line is that for us, we got what we got. But this fun little 10x10 inflatable provides us with a bit of a workaround, since it's not a permanent structure of any sort, it's just a float. This will be our second summer enjoying the extra space and bouncy fun of this inflatable dock. Gotta love a good loophole. Got the jennies.
Got the generators for the generators.
You'll notice there's 3, not 2, despite the fact that we only have 2 builds. Why is this, baby?
Because ours finally died after 6 years.
Yep.
They're sitting out in the elements.
Yep. These predators are the best. That's slick looking, at least in comparison to our old sun bleached one. Very nice. Shiny new. You can smell the new one.
I tell you, Harbor Freight sells everything they sell tool-wise, breaks when you use it. But if you look these generators up, the people that split off a Honda built these, that is actually a Honda generator built like Predator, kind of like Ranger and Vexus boats. These generators, the inside parts of them, it's all Honda stuff, but you're paying a third of the price.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm a firm
Heard
believer in
that.
this thing, and everybody I know that's bought one loves it, and for the price, just can't beat it.
Not at all sponsored, by the way, nice as that would be. Just our 2 cents, because some things are just too good not to share. Now, back to our ongoing builds for a little update.
We got lights and switches.
What are those called, Binky?
Sconchins. Sconchinadas. Sconchinodo. Sconces.
Whatever, bro.
Look.
Ooh, and I hadn't seen the shower head. I love that it's gold. I love that.
Nice. We actually got to take the tub back. It's got a crack, but he's got one coming. It's always something.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Well, it looks really nice. You can tell it will look nice. Oh, I'm such a sucker for gold fixtures. I love that. Very classy. Get a little mirror action going here.
Washing and dryers in.
Nice bathroom. Is it? And it's white, like I wish ours was.
Maybe you can ask the buyer if they want to switch.
I'm sure they don't. How nice.
Come along. All right. I got the stuff I'm doing. Ready! Woo!
I like Freddie.
He's fun.
He is funny. So yeah, they got the exterior trim done, all that white. That really makes it pop. I just love that green. It's so classy and I love the way it blends in.
We're building a floating vanity. The other one has a actual...
Like a manufactured vanity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did good. They did a good job.
Love our big, what do you call those kind of windows, baby? That open like that on the
I'm not sure
crank opening? I love ours.
Well, guys, after putting it out on social media or YouTube, we got like 5 million calls. And first come, first serve. The first person that called sent the money right then. So this one's under contract again.
Hopefully for the last time.
Hopefully for the last time. No big deal. There's plenty of people lined up behind them. But that's what happens when you got something that's grandfathered in and you can't just build them. Like, that's why people want these. Plus, these are super nice.
The gal that has put the deposit down in the greenhouse here has said that she is actually going to turn it into a rental for a short period of time until she can get up here to start living up here. That's her ultimate plan. But for now, she doesn't want it to just sit vacant, which I can appreciate. And so what's she going to put it on, VRBO?
Airbnb, VRBO, she's putting it on something. So this will be a rental for the first 5 months and then she's moving up here full time.
Yeah, so I know, we get a lot of questions about like, why don't you guys rent them out? Not for us, if you saw the surf shack and all that, but she wants to rent it out, which she is welcome to do. And that might, be exciting news for some of y'all who aren't in the market to buy, but might come up here for a vacation or something. So
yeah, and it'll book up fast.
Yeah, no doubt. So I'm going to be sharing more information on that once we actually get the listing up, but we can't really make a listing. She's going to have me help her make the listing. That's why I say we, but we can't really make the listing until, of course, there's like pictures to take and the house is finished. So stay tuned for more information about potentially renting out this greenhouse that you've seen the process of the build for. Should be a lot of fun, and it's going to be here in our harbor as well. So, might run into us while you're here.
Holla at your boy.
Hello.
Holla at your boy.
Looky there, my chariot has arrived. Quick pit stop at the marina to grab my 2 favorite beers ever. If you ever find yourselves in Western North Carolina, these would be my recommendations. If you like hops.
When I first saw her, a black cat crossed my trail. Bad news and high heels made me go off the rails. But one look at her, she's oh so fine. I know I've got to make her mine. She's just my kind, I can't get her off my mind. She's my kind of woman, I need a soul. Yeah, my kind of woman, I can't let her go. 5 feet of dynamite will keep me dancing through the night. You know, a black cat got nothing on a lucky man.
making a cheesy pasta bake. Brandon doesn't like mushrooms. We're not going to talk about that. They will be well disguised. The following morning, we both headed into work early. For Brandon, that looked like alternating between overseeing things at the marina and helping out here and there with the floating cabin builds. And for me, back-to-back hiker shuttles for folks sectioning the Appalachian Trail. I made it back mid-afternoon, but with the day still young and a promising weather forecast ahead, work had only just begun. All right, so this is where I'm going to spend the rest of the day. Got a little side hustle. You see the white, I don't know what you call it, like trim around the very top of the house. They want me to paint that dark like the rest of the trim on the house. So that's what I'm going to be doing. You guys have probably seen me do a lot of work at this house. I've stained those docks, I painted the house. We came over when they were refloating it, all kinds of stuff. So renos aren't always in one go, you know? Sometimes it's little by little. This is a good example of that. But it's a pretty nice day, so I figure I'm gonna go put on my swimsuit, get some sunscreen and snacks and the speaker and a good playlist and try and have some fun with it.
On the outside, looking in, I really wasn't sure what I was getting. Between the high waves on the sea, waiting for something to get to me. I wasn't sure what I was hoping for, you see. But you act like gravity and you are pulling me. 'Cause you know what I want, babe. You know everything that gets me going. You know what I want, babe. All the little things that I'm not showing.
All right, this is where I'm leaving it on day one. You can barely tell I did anything on the left side there. The front, I didn't do anything. The back and this side, I got 3 coats on. So essentially, I'm like just a little over halfway done. Back at it again tomorrow.
All right, guys, just want to give you an update. After a year, we all remember the blue bungalow that Sarah and I completed last season. Just wanted to give you a little update of how it's looking now. Still sitting good. Paint still looking good on it. The person that owns it now has it nice and decorated. Looks really good. I like what he's done with it. Added some greenery, done some Sarah stuff to it, I guess. Looks like a good place to drink some rum, if you ask me. Super cool, super cool. And also exciting in the neighborhood, the first floating house that I ever built. This guy, after 5 years, is finally slowing down in work and has come and started putting work into it and actually slept on it, and it's coming around. So it's very exciting to have a new neighbor. He's coming back in this weekend to stay on the houseboat. So it may have set for 5 years, but in the 5 years that it set, it is still in great shape. He's got a little nook that he put in up there that he's got to paint back white. I'm sure y'all seen Sarah do the porch on it. But yeah.
sunshine and warm weathers, yeah. And I really just hope that we all learn to pray. Because as the lake warms to its temps and the boats start to roar, we break out the hydrofoil and we learn to soar.
Thanks, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, coffee in bed with a poem. Good morning and welcome to this week's episode of What's in Bloom, my new segment that I've been doing for the entire time I've had this channel, but I just hadn't named it. Yay! New segment. Today we've got wild hydrangeas. The leaves might be recognizable from the cultivated variety that you might be familiar with, but the flowers are much more white, although there are some garden varieties that are white. Most, as you guys probably know, depending on your soil acidity, are going to be pink or blue or somewhere in between. Hydrangeas made up the base of our floral arrangements from our wedding, and I just love them. They were my bouquet, and they were the petals that little Memphis threw down the aisle. And my parents always had hydrangeas at our houses growing up, so just kind of real sentimental, plus they're beautiful. She's nuts. Look at her hopping around in there. Speaking of sentimental, next up, Japanese honeysuckle. Best known for its fabulously intoxicating fragrance, just a wonderful smell. If you know, you know. Even when it's not in bloom, you can identify it by it's a vine. Usually it can be a bush, but even then it has opposite leaves in sets of two like this. But typically a vine. These are the lovely flowers. Unfortunately, beyond being non-native, honeysuckle is extremely invasive. Sorry about it. I hate to be that person and tell you that that plant that you love is really bad for the environment here in the US and you shouldn't plant it anywhere, but you shouldn't. There's plenty of it that grows on its own because it is so invasive. So if you enjoy it, just enjoy it where it already is. Please do not plant any more of it. It takes over native habitat, which of course is very disruptive in the ecosystem and the food chain. So I can't tell you how many hundreds of hours that I spent with the Park Service removing that stuff out of the park. All right, day 2, same outfit, different day, promise. I'm gonna try and finish up this paint job. Try and get this knocked out. All right, Brandon's bringing me the barge to use to get to the front because I cannot get on the roof to save my life. Otherwise, I would have. We don't have a ladder tall enough, and apparently neither does anybody else in the harbor, and I cannot get on the roof with our little 6-foot ladder. Thanks, Stinky.
Brandon to the rescue.
Brandon to the rescue.
So I got to the first on the list with a pain in my heart. No matter what I'll do, I try not to fall apart. I can see you anywhere else.
All right, that is that. Finally done. That was kind of annoying. I wound up having to put 4 coats, 5 on some spots. Didn't adhere very well to whatever the heck that material is, but we got her done. Oh my God, Brandon's over there fishing. Look at that, he's got a big one. Look at that!
Waste his money.
Oh, Thanks. Yeah, yeah, good eye. Oh my goodness, what is that, a rainbow?
This is what you catch while you're working at Fontana Dock.
That one's for Lenny. Nice, baby.
Good trout.
Did y'all catch anything last night when you went out? No, darn. Lenny and Freddie have been fishing off the dock while they're working, and a little after work they take the pontoon out and they've been catching some trout, so we were like, shoot, maybe we should be there.
It's hard to work.
I guess this is a good spot where this house is sitting to be
It's
catching
hard to
trout.
work when all you do is catch fish. So I'm putting on the P-edging today, and we have the rolls instead of the sticks. So, fun fact with these rolls, until they get warm over time, they have little lips in them. And it's just really hard to get them out. But I'm at the end of it, and now once the sun shines on it for a couple of weeks, it'll stretch it on out.
What else y'all getting done besides ripping lips?
We're ripping lips. I think that's the 5th trout today.
Really?
Yeah.
Shoot.
Jericho's at the house. He's getting the refrigerator in, and I'm going to go get the bed frame.
One last thing that we love about the warmer weather is the return of many of our neighbors. Most folks in our harbor abandon ship like, well, rational people in the wintertime. There's only 1 or 2 other nutballs like us that try to stick it out. But come June, our pals are back and the Friday night festivities become a regular occurrence again.
Brandon was pretty late coming home from work today, and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I'm over at Rob's house. You should come over. We're having a beer. So I was like, I better take the kayak in case I have a couple beers. Then I'm not sure, but I feel like that's not illegal because there's no motor. So anyways, heading over to Rob's, and they got a hot tub, so I'm bringing my suit just in case. Usually when we go over there, we're like, oh, we'll just stop by for a drink, and then it's like, 5 hours later, so brought a jacket and everything just in case too. Should be a lot of fun. Whee!
Well, I got a gal in old St. Louis, one in San Antonio. Come and get it while you can, for tomorrow I'll be gone. And my good gal sitting alone, she hollering her back, Daddy, Daddy, will you come in home? Won't you come on home? Them my gals in Mississippi get along when they talk. Hell, they can recommend just like a cannonball. But hell, I love to watch them fall. Oh, the Mississippi woman, Lord, if they don't beat all.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I can feel the burn. So close. Yet so far away. This was a great choice and a not so great choice. Oh, hey, Miss Bear. Hi, you crazy bear. I see your glowing eyes. Hello. Stuck the landing. Good night.
Yes, I am. Oh, don't let